Sorry, y'all, I'm running late. So I'm gonna do it that way. I think we'll do it that way. Let me see who's in. Live chat. Here we go.
Don't just single slice a potato.
Hello, whoever's in here. We'll get started in a minute. I was running late. Cleaning and working on stuff in the house. I have to chat up over there. All right. Wendy, what's up? Did y'all get moved yet? Can you hear me? What deal? The deal on the sale of the property or the deal on the place you're supposed to be moving to? Low, but you hear me. Hold on. Can you hear me better now? I cranked the volume on the iPad. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize the volume was down, so I might have had a whole different thing. I didn't realize it was down. I sometimes play games on here, and I don't want to hear the ding 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 at night, so I just turn that off and play the games. I've been doing some cleaning a little bit. I got a mop, and I almost forgot. I was like, oh, it's 3:47. Let me get up on here. Wait to see who come in, and then I'll just start talking about random stuff. I got a couple things on my mind. So y'all still in you're still in the other property, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they giving you the time, just, get everything packed and do what you got to do. I'm going to tell you, like I tell some customers I deal with, it all falls in place. It all works out in the long run. It does. You guys are staying in Colorado or are you moving somewhere else? Oh, wow. Well, yeah, it did make sense. I mean, if she didn't have another buyer, I mean, were you doing something that she didn't like? And if she's selling the property, it doesn't make sense to me. Hey, Tanya, what's up? She said, I miss you. Gotta go finish my work. Bye. You funny, Tanya. Peace, Tanya. She said, I'm gonna pop in and pop out. But thank you for coming in. Tanya funny. See, it's not making sense on why she breached the contract. That's really weird to me. I don't even understand. Was she thinking she's gonna get a lot of money? I mean, I'm not understanding what her motives were. And you see me looking over here. It's because even on the computer, I got to put my computer back together. But even on the computer, the chat doesn't stay up anymore. So I have to watch it on the phone through my other channel, and I just sign in here and I can watch it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to give people time to come in, About 10 minutes, and then I'm just gonna start talking what it's been on my head because my head's been working. You know, what I was gonna do is I was gonna make some vanilla extract while we were on here. I might do just a separate video of it. But I got the stuff to make vanilla extract, so I'm gonna be making my own vanilla extract. Was she trying to get more money out of him? Oh, vanilla extract? Girl, I done researched it. It's so simple. I might get it in a minute and do it and show you real quick because it's so flipping simple, dude. It's so simple. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, okay. She can want what she wants. You're not interacting. Oh, well. So you guys looking at other farmland in Colorado or just farmland? Because I mean, him being a trucker, you guys live anywhere in the country. Have you thought about other states? You probably can find some cheap land anywhere in the country. So when I get ready to show you what the vanilla extract is made out of, you're gonna roll. But I'm gonna go get it here in a minute. Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all, so I didn't put my forgot to put my CPAP on, so I kind of half butt slept. Stomach's been bothering me, so I gotta go. I got a gastro appointment next week on Friday. So I don't know. My stomach has just been weirdly growling, just out of the blue, and I can have eaten, and it'll you can even feel it. So need to go figure out what the hell that is. But that's it. Oh, I got 35 acres. I figured that out. Yeah. Oh, okay, so you might have to go for dialysis or something. And get those ages. That's why I'm going to get checked out because of stuff we got to deal with. Oh, wow. Well, prayers for your dad, man. Who did somebody else? A friend of mine, her mom. They found a tumor, and I guess they're doing the surgery on the 15th. I think of this month. I think the 15th of this month, and they said it's a big tumor, so they got to get that out of hers. Oh, I didn't know he had bladder cancer. Okay. Well, praise God, he got 7 years. I mean, perfectly he gets some more, cause that's actually good. That's good. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab the stuff for the vanilla extract. I meant to have it, and when I show y'all how it's done, it's gonna trip you out. I'm gonna lay this down, Wendy. If anybody come in, tell them I'm laying this down. I got my pajama shorts on. So when I'm at home, I just wear my pajama shorts. HE Bot, hold on a second. I'll be right back. I'm getting ready to do some vanilla extract, and then we just gonna talk. I'm making my own homemade vanilla extract, but we gonna talk. Hold on, y'all. Hey, HE Bot. Almost, y'all. All right, y'all see me back? I'm back. AJ, what's up? He said, bless his holy name. That's what I'm saying. Man 14K, what's up, baby? All right. How y'all doing? I ain't doing much. So to my Christian folk, I don't want to think y'all think I'm an alcoholic, but I had to buy this. So this is rum. We're going to do some, I'm making vanilla extract. This is Tahitian vanilla beans. Y'all see that? Okay. And then I got some bottles off Amazon. These are going to be the same type of bottles I'll be using for the barbecue sauce, but I'm using a clear one. And I'm trying to get a hold of the company that does them with the metal tops. But the ones I have initially will be plastic. But I have a case. Look at the case I'm over there. But there's another company that does them with the metal top. They're sold out, and they're probably sitting on the ship out in the ocean. Baby, we won't even go there. So you need to have a bottle, and you need to order the vanilla beans. Now, I just ordered mine off Amazon, but you can go. I found other places. But since this was my first time doing it, I didn't do a big order. So I did that. And then you need some sort of a cheap liquor. So rum, and you don't have to be cheap. You could do it more expensive because some people, when I researched it, were doing some really expensive alcohol to make this. The prices we pay for vanilla is crazy. So when I first started stocking, I was there. One of the things they tell you, and I already, like I said, I already did my own. I already had kind of. I call myself more of an urban prepper now because I'm more aware of it and more focused on it. Before I was just a sales shopper. So in any place that I always lived, I was a sales shopper. Now with the pandemic and what I've been sensing the Lord's been showing me, and actually I told my little Christian group, I told them early part of the pandemic, I was having dreams about food, start storing. And I told them early part of the pandemic, and I find it ironic now that the prices are going so crazy high that people are having what they call food insecurities, basically meaning it's going to be hard for me to get food. And you got people now going to food banks, and the donations to the food banks aren't what they were because they were coming from the regular folks and businesses. Well, now that money is not lasting as long, it's not stretching as long, and you got all sorts of economic issues going on. So now that's affecting them too. So how many can they really supply? That's where some problems are. So at that point, I've been telling people to stop. Well, one of the things it told me, and one of the things I researched, is have your own vanilla for whatever baking reasons you might need to bake for. And so I used to do, I have like where I make my own ice cream from time to time. One of those little Cuisinarts, it doesn't have to be Cuisinart, but one of the little ice cream makers you put in the freezer, and then you take it and it stirs the cream or whatever you make. Well, I used to use vanilla in it. So when I got back here, I decided I was going to order some vanilla. I don't know why. And, I guess my budget is not like it used to be. So before I would just buy stuff and not really care. I went to look at the price of vanilla. I was like, this is crazy as hell. Well, then, for whatever reason, I don't even know what made me prompt to do it. Something said how to make your own. Oh, I think I was watching one of the prepping channels, and the person talked about making their own vanilla extract. I'm like, And she showed how to do it. And then I started doing a bunch of research on how to do it. Everybody who did it either used vodka, whiskey, or rum. And the ones that said they liked it the best was the spice rum. So I did the spice rum. This was on sale at the grocery store. And obviously they probably think I'm a lush. First of all, I don't like the taste of rum except unless a rum cake. I did rum when I was first introduced to liquor, and rum is not my thing. I'm more, if I do anything, I'm do wine. So rum is not, but they said that it makes a good vanilla. I like, so for baking, I like rum cakes. If somebody makes a good rum cake, but I don't like the rum drinking it. It turns my stomach. So anyway, I got the vanilla. What did I do? Okay, I got the vanilla. So it's so simple. When I saw this, y'all, and I said, well, while we talking today, I'm gonna do this. It is the most simple thing ever. So all you do, and I don't know if we're doing 2 bottles or 3. I can't remember how many. Oh wow, dude, ooh, that smells good. Oh my God, that smells so good. Let me see how many sticks we got. So we're gonna do all the sticks because since I opened it. And then you can, if you want to speed up the process, apparently you could actually do it. Put them in the bottles and put them in your Instapot. And there's instructions on how to kind of make it speed up the vanilla process. But usually you want it to sit. And you need it to sit for, honestly, if you sit it a year, they say is best. But some people do a couple of months or a month or so. So this is the vanilla bean. Y'all know what vanilla beans look like. I don't know. Let me see how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm probably going to do 5 each bottle. Okay. Oh, my hands smell like vanilla. Wow. I did the Tahitian, but the other one was, there's a Mexican type vanilla bean. And I think the other one I want is the Madagascar. I think that was one. I want to do those. This was, I think I got on sale. And I thought I was getting the Madagascar one, but I got this one. So, and I was just using a plate, but usually you cutting board. So I'm gonna cut them all in half. And then a couple of them, I'm gonna split down the middle to expose the beans inside. Because this right here houses all the little beans. And so I'm cutting it open to kind of expedite it, and so opposed to sucking through it. But I'm gonna cut it down the middle, and then I'm gonna slice it open. And I'll let y'all see. Okay. And then so I cut it in half and then I sliced it open. I don't know, y'all can't really see that, but I sliced it open. Y'all see it's open. Okay, so I sliced it open. And I'm gonna take my bottle and I'm gonna just dump that one in there, and I'm gonna do the other. This is one first one I cut in half. And then I'm gonna slice this one right down the middle. And what that does is kind of open it up for the beans inside. Oh my God, that's like crazy. So how many I said I had? That was 1. I think I said 10, right? I said 10. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I said 10. Yep, 4. Okay. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna cut them all in half, but I'm gonna split a couple of them down, and then actually I might split them all down because one guy, he split it down because it'll ferment, I guess, a little faster. You open it up. Some people say don't split it down. I don't really. And it's like, hey, we'll make a bottle. I may do another. I'm gonna have to do the other bottle too. But anyway, so I'm just putting them in the bottle. I'm just putting them in the bottle. And I got, I'll take y'all out to the, the grill is done, but I'm going to do that in a separate video. I'm not going to go out there right now because you're on the iPad. Anyway, y'all, I want to talk about some stuff. Who all is in here? Got 7. So, first of all, we're going to talk on some topics. And y'all keep me in prayer. I got a gastro appointment next week. I'm having some stomach issues, so keep me in prayer. That whatever it is minor. I'm due for my colonoscopy. I'm overdue actually. And they had rescheduled me due to the early part of the pandemic. And then I never actually followed up. And now they got me going to a whole different doctor who's closer. And I kind of, I don't know, we'll see, because they're closer. And I actually like the staff a lot. The staff was mad cool. I told her, ma'am, I'm fat as hell. But it is. So then you just open this up. So whatever you want to do. If you want to do, and I know it's liquor. Oh, and I have a funnel. So let me show y'all. I got a funnel. So I have a funnel. And y'all see the vanilla in there. Y'all can see it. And recommend the dark bottles, but even if you get the lighter bottles, y'all, I don't want to be sounding like a wino, so let me watch this. And I think, if I remember correctly, I watched somebody, and if you put it on the, oh, what setting was it? I think it might be the yogurt setting, and put the bottles in there. It helps to speed up the process. And what you want to do with this, so what I'm going to do, I can't use it right now. It's got to sit for a little bit. And the alcohol will actually take on the flavor of the vanilla bean. And this is actually going to be pure vanilla extract. What you get in the store with my research is watered down. Okay, so I'm going to let y'all know it's all watered down, which we're not shocked, right? They tell us, oh, you're getting, I got cranberry juice. You're getting cranberry juice. And what does it say? Cranberry concentrate. And then you go look, it got water in there and other flavors. It's not even 100% pure. And if you did go get the pure stuff, you're going to pay a lot more money, okay? But this way, you're making your own. That bottle costs me, this is a generic spice rum. I don't even know who the hell this is. I was looking for it on sale. It was on sale. It was like under 10 bucks. So it's like 10, 11 bucks, something like that. I bought that, and that's how many ounces? Is it 700? 750 milliliters. So I bought this, some no-name rum. Like I said, they said either spice rum, whiskey, or vodka. Vodka was the main one that most people used, I'll be honest. But when I listened to the reviews of people making their own extracts, the ones that got into the spice liquors, they just said that the vanilla extract was better to them. It was a better flavor. Hey, Tiffany, what's up, baby? So they said it was a better flavor. Oh, and I added a couple more people. Also, I want to say thank you. We had some donations on the Cash App, and I want to say thank you. So I'm going to say this. I got to say, but I am not a 501c3, so I'm not nonprofit. I am not going to register the ministry stuff I do. But the reason I'm not is I think it has too much government control. And there's a lot of things going on with our government right now, even in conjunction with the Christians and religious organizations, that I ain't feeling. And a lot of that opened up because of a lot of the affiliations that, and I'm going to say this, evangelical Christians were doing with the prior administration. Too much political involvement. So for me, whatever ministry I do, I'm going to do it this way. The money that I'm getting from that, I actually take 10% of it and I donate it to Phoenix Rescue Missions. But I automatically, that's also where I do a lot of my tithing to. Because that's where I just do, because I don't go to any local church right now, especially face to face. The church that I got my ministry license is not too far from here, but I ain't going face to face. And I got my license out of the AME, so I'm not going face to face. So a lot of times I do a lot of stuff that I do on Sundays. I either do from here or study on my own, or I might do something on the Facebook channel and then post it up on the Revelation Life channel. I haven't done anything lately because I don't have that unctioning right now, and I'm going to step back and let God deal with me on some other stuff. And right now he's been dealing with me on personal stuff. At least I think personal, and a few of the background group that I'm dealing with. I've been telling them to store and to save. I did do a video on that to them, but store and to save. Thank you. I love Jay. Jay, I love you. Well, I believe that what it is that there's times when we should speak and there's times when we should be still and quiet. And right now, I don't really have anything huge for the group. What I've been doing is we do daily devotionals that I try to put out every morning or late in the evening once I get off work, and I do those. I get those from, I think it's Charles Stanley, and I just kind of, set them up for that, and I post those out there. I was doing prayers by Christina, but there's some distance now, and I still receive her stuff. It's no ill will. I pray for them, but there were things that happened between the funeral and the leaving of the funeral, and just even the treatment that I got. So at this point in time, and it's no ill will. I had to say, Lord, help me forgive and let them go their way. They've inherited things from our father, and it's okay. You're going to inherit. The car was supposed to be sold. The proceeds are supposed to be split between us all. That's not done. The and I know the other brother's just driving around in it. I'm banking that's what's happening. And he has two cars. That's now he has Monty's car and the other one. And I financially it wouldn't have been lucrative, but because they were acting so funny, I'm like, just sell it and we'll split it all away. For me to come up with the money, I'm already coming up. I'm gonna owe Joe right now close to $600-800 somewhere between there, and I'm paying that over time because he was kind enough to kind of help fund me to get out there. And it would have been a lot more than that had we not got a room included. Hallelujah. And now some Christian friends that I had from the church that I got my license, my ministry license out of. But that, and then they were supposed to get me the death certificate for Grumpy. They did not do that. I had to go directly through Vital Statistics. I do have the death certificate. I've got to be sending, I'm going to send a copy off to my brother in prison so he can have it. And because the other family is so ratchet, they had their own view of what Monty died from. And so that you guys know, the death certificate, basically, from what I'm reading, it looks like he died of a heart attack and underlying complications due to his diabetes. So it didn't have anything to do with his outpatient procedure. And I was very happy because they don't even know that, but the doctor who signed off was his doctor there. And I've even gone to his doctor there. I love the doctor. Doctor knows me, everything. And he was the one that signed off on the death certificate. I was like, wow, amazing that because I had contacted their offices and let them know he had passed. I don't know if he was waiting, and then he did the sign off, and he did the electronic sign off on Monty's passing and found out the reason for the death. So I'm going to be sending him a personal letter because I love that doctor. Every time I went down there with Monty, if I went into the thing, he would just give me a big, you don't shake my hand, Shannon. Come over here and give me a hug. And he just give me a big old bear hug, his doctor. His doctor was mad cool. And so, and I'm not, I had to step back. And as Christians, if you're going to be Christian and people do things wrong, at first I did have animosity. And I woke up and had a weird dream, and something just said, you got to forgive because they don't know what they inherited. And it's funny because me and Joe just had this conversation regarding family and then here with things that they inherit, talking about his family. And, he ended up with custody of two great nephews, and one has more problems than the other, but they both have issues that they inherited from his sister and his sister's side, or his sister, as well as her daughter, their mother. And he was telling me the story about, and only one of them right now is about to go to college. All the rest of them are ratchet. And so we're talking about it, but this young man still has some of the issues, but he doesn't know. He's functioning in the dysfunction of his generational curses. So we talked about that this morning. That was actually a very interesting conversation. And that's not where I want this all to go. But yeah, so at this point, we do the devotional. I don't even get into that anymore because I kind of want to break those ties. Again, not that I hate her, pray for her. I believe she's Christian, but I know she's inherited some things from Monty. And until you're willing to realize that what you've inherited and deal with them. So if you have a lying issue, you need to deal with that. If you have a temper issue, one of the brothers, you need to deal with that. But if you don't deal with that and you just want to continue being you, then you're going to continue in the foulness of who you are. And that's why I told Joe, I said, who you've met, because he saw my other side at one point, and it came out in a very weird way. And I said, the people we met answered the question. Oh yeah, it was about some money, but Grumpy's car, Wendy, if you saw the condition of that car, it wasn't mechanically, I don't even know where it's at because Monty did only the bare minimum of taking care of any of his vehicles. When we got there, he did some kind of accident in the front. Before I had left, he wasn't taking care of the brakes. I don't know if he ever got the brakes fixed. And when Joe looked at it, Joe said, I don't even know if this is really worth taking it back. Because Joe would have helped me get it back. We didn't know if I was going to have to tow it, if I could drive it. But there was contention. Oh, well, I don't want, the sister said she didn't want the car. She talking about the other brother. But the youngest brother, who she told me wasn't even talking to Monty. Oh, well, him and Daddy talked about that car. Then when I said, well, wait a minute, do y'all have cars? Oh, yeah. Well, can you talk to them? Because I need a car. And this was my conversation because I'm actually, as the oldest, I could have just said I'm taking the car next. I didn't have to ask permission, but I was trying to be fair. And so when I talked to my best friend and Joe, and then another friend of mine, she said, "You're gonna find out they're doing you a favor when you get there." So, because she's like, and my other friend said they're immature, and it is. These guys, they're in their 30s, but they act a lot younger. The thinking's younger. It's more country, a little bit different. Um, Monty had even said they spoiled. I ain't never said that to them, but he told me, he said they spoiled, and that's kind of his. That was his thing, and I left that alone. There was also some contention, I think, because everybody at the funeral was asking for me. Well, I'm 53 years old. You're in your 30s. Most of them are between late 20s, early 30s. There's another son who's in prison. He's 40 something. I met my brother who's in prison. He came down and spent a whole summer with me and my mom. We're got totally different moms. All of us got different moms, okay? I met him. And Norris was a cool kid when he was a kid. And now he might be a little different because he's been in and out of prison and he's been his whole life in prison. But at the end of the funeral, well, she said some other thing. There's other stuff she said even prior. So let's go and talk about it. So when I first met her, they were really nice. I met them. I met their daughters. I got piggy banks for them for Christmas. I come down there and we had a little breakfast at the IHOP in Plainview. I actually really liked her mom. I love their mom. Their mom was very genuine. She'd even made comments to her, "I'm happy you met your sister Shannon," because she was finding that I would ask her something about Monty because I would find things out as I was getting to know him. And I guess she went back to her mom and told her, and her mom said, "Well, I'm happy you met your sister Shannon. I never want to tell y'all your daddy's a compulsive liar." And it was her mom who gave me that wisdom. I was like, I didn't know. I thought the man was having age issues. I didn't know he lied. But then after she said that, I was like, ding, ding, ding. That actually makes sense to a lot of stuff, right? So later we're talking, and I'm just casual talks from a phone. She seemed like a nice person. And I don't know what we were talking about. I don't know if it was his addiction or women or whatever, because money, money and the women thing. And she made this statement, and I just blew it off, thinking the baby delusional. She said, "Well, the only woman that I think daddy, she called him daddy, that daddy loved was my mom." And one of my friends, she said, "What the hell? Say that again." My friend's from Compton. She got mad. She like, "How you fix your mouth to say that to a whole nother child of his, as if breast of your mom ain't shiznit?" I was like, "Girl, I just blew it off because the baby was delusional because Monty had a sexual addiction. He didn't love none of our mamas. He liked what was between their legs. He didn't give a damn." Girl, bye. So I said, when she said it to me, I said, "Girl, bye. Monty has a sexual addiction. Monty don't know how to love a female on that level. He has, because me and him had talked. He had a sexual addiction." Me and Monty, that's the one thing I would say. We were very real. If I was pissed off, I told him what I thought. Didn't really give a damn what he thought. So I knew, and he was very honest. He told me, "I have a sexual addiction." It wasn't hidden. You want the man to be daddy. He wasn't daddy. He wasn't that. He wasn't that. So, and I just figured, okay, well, the baby delusional. But she said to me, how did she? Yeah, she said, "I think the only woman he loved was my mom." My friend said, "Oh, hell no." My niece said, "That's disrespectful." I said, I just blew it out. I didn't take offense to it because I figure anybody who thought that is delusional, okay? Then there was other stuff said. And then when the funeral happened, that's when I knew there was some animosity. There was other things, but the one thing said at the funeral, well, everybody was asking for you. I'm his oldest daughter. And a lot of people didn't even know the Plainview people exist. Thank you. He was honest. Well, he was honest with me. I don't know if he's honest about the females, but he was honest with me. But a lot of the people didn't even know the Plainview kids. My aunt here didn't even know he had kids in Plainview. She knew about me. She knew about Norris. They didn't know about the 3 in Plainview. They didn't know about the autistic son. The only one who knew was Lynette, and that was the cousin who's here. And that's because I think she went down there on a visit, and he talked to them about. But otherwise, I didn't know these other kids existed until I got down to Texas and he introduced me to them. I only knew of me and Norris. I didn't know about any other kids. Was I surprised there was other kids? Absolutely not. I didn't even know about the autistic kid. He just told me, "Oh, he's slow. He's slow." And then the one night he said, oh, he's autistic. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's a whole different ball game from slow, bro. That's a whole different ball game from slow. So God bless them, and God bless the siblings because they really can't help it. When I met the extended family, God bless them. We just got some really foul generational curses on Monty's side, and they inherited it. And until you're willing to look in the mirror and like I am and say, okay, I got a lazy gene, I got a temper gene, I got my own sexual perversion. That's probably how I ended up in the gay lifestyle, plus the stuff that happened to me as a kid being with the molest incest. So I got that part. What else? I used to do the whole lying thing. I hear that. Not to the degree that Monty was, but yeah, I had that too. And the temper issue. So I was a ball of those people. And once I met them, that's when you kind of step back. And thank you. I'm gonna say this: you gotta have Jesus come on board, and you really gotta have him come on board to where you are willing to be submissive to say, Lord, show me me. And where the Holy Spirit comes on board and starts convicting you and saying, and showing you. It showed, that's what the Bible tells you. It tells you what to pray for. So I was praying to get broken from some other things in my life. What I didn't realize was the generational curses that were tied to those things. And what we have to understand, it goes back to the garden. If we go back to the garden and we see Adam and Eve, what the enemy does is he wants his foothold in us when we're young, because if he gets it into us while we're kids, he can rule a whole bunch of areas of our lives. That's why kids go through abuse and traumas and all sorts of madness. And then when they get old, they jacked up and crazy. Okay, y'all, let's talk about it. Look at that kid that went and shot up that school. What state was that? The one that, and the mama and daddy now in prison. I'm going to be honest. This is me. Personally, a lot of these kids that's going and shooting up the kids, I've always been on the path that the mom and daddy need to be arrested too. You knew your child was cray cray. You knew he was cray cray. And the other issue I have is if you didn't know he was cray cray, you wasn't raising him. So therefore there's accountability on you because you a parent, Michigan. You a parent, so you have accountability. The same as that crazy mama. What and they got it written. We ain't gotta make it up. This ninja wrote, next time don't get caught. Woo! I got nothing for you. I got nothing. I was like, when I saw, I was like, what the? But this is these crazy parents, and that's why we got a generation of entitled crazy people. And so, and you got people telling you their kids the best, and they discipline these kids. And I'm sitting up here going, your kid's the best. No child is perfect. Don't get me wrong. You can have a good kid, a decent kid. I was a good kid. I still grew up in an abusive mom, but I ain't gonna tell you the best. I had issues. Every child, every human's gonna have issues. Nobody's perfect. We're imperfect. That's a biblical thing. It's just only thing perfect in this world is God. Ain't nobody else perfect. Y'all, this smells so good. I have no idea. It smells so good. I can't wait. And I'll talk about the time frame on this. But yeah, I see this and I see people want to tell you that kids are so good and all this. And don't get me wrong, I think all kids have issues, but we do have a new generation of children, well, even their parents who are, and they're really a product of my generation and my father's generation. And it's really just a broken American family where you don't have parents in the house, and when you do have people in the house, they may not be the fathers, they may not be mothers, they might be a biological. Me and Joe were talking about that today, a biological parent, but they really ain't a parent. And, you got people. Okay, it's just crunchy seeds. But you can't really, seeds, you can't tell, but you can smell it. Oh, that smell is amazing. So this one is done. I'm going to take the rest of the rum and do this one. So y'all can see the beans in there. And these are the ones, I think I'm going to label these with the rum. And then I need to do one, I'm going to do the vanilla ones. I'm going to do a whiskey one. And then I'll do a, Oh, you know what I wonder? If I got like a Fireball whiskey. I made a Fireball cake one time. Very good. So this didn't fill it all the way up. But if I make a Fireball whiskey, how that would come out, because you'd have that cinnamon and the vanilla. I bet you that'll be good. So in the liquor part, I think will kind of evaporate, or it does something. It changes. Anyway, this is it. Bottle's empty, y'all. You know, I might keep this bottle for barbecue sauce. I'm gonna do that. Anyway, and then just put it up in a dark place. You know, put it in a dark place. And I think one lady, she did like a month or so, a month or two, and you can go back and test it, and then the whole thing should smell like vanilla. And then if you get more vanilla beans, just keep putting them in. I'm probably gonna buy some more of these Tahitian ones and put them in there, and put them in. And then one lady, once she made her batches, well, what she did is she had that bullet liquor. I think that's a whiskey, a bullet bottle, like what you get the big bottles from Costco. She had one of those. And that sister, she just put the vanilla straight in the bottle. And so she just kept buying the vanilla beans, put in the bottle. And then she had because she baked, she had refillable bottles in her kitchen. So she would, once it's set for a little bit, she would fill up her bottles. And then she would just add more vanilla beans and more whiskey to it. I was like, oh, you smart. Smart. Okay, Wendy, you just made a Monty saying. That was a Grumpy saying. He said, when people try to be perfect, he said, if you think you perfect, I need you to split the Red Sea and walk on water. That's what he would say. He would say that. He would say that. He said, if you think you perfect, please do this for me. Split the Red Sea and walk on water. That was a Montyism. He used to say that. Grumpy used to say that all the time. So anyway, yeah, I really, when they didn't send the death certificate, when no money has come from the car, which I knew when I handed the keys over, I knew that boy was not gonna sell that car. We're gonna sell the car and get you some money. I knew, and money didn't have very much, honestly. I told him not to put me on his accounts in love because he wouldn't do right, and I wanted her to handle everything. But when we started talking, and I was like, here I am. You're on this. You're on this. Okay, here you go. And as soon as she called, the main thing, well, the first call she made, which I found interesting, I think it was between the coroner and his job, because what she wanted to know was that money for the deposit still staying in the account in Lubbock, because she know that he just got paid. I mean, you get paid first of every month if you're a pension person. I found that interesting that her and her sister, and then they couldn't account, and she's just not the sister by Monty. This is an older sister that her mom had by somebody else, but they couldn't accomplish anything. And I was like, oh my God, everything was, oh, well, they need daddy's social. Well, then she started calling people asking for his social. Who's going to give you his social? Do you understand the privacy issues with that? And I just got calm because I realized, okay, they're young. I said, Christine, nobody is going to give you his social security number. Weird. Anyway, madness. So at this point, and then, the brother. So I called her to get one of the brothers out there because they were the closest to him when I got the call from the lady from the church, Sister Parker, Danielle's sister. And that was the only closest relative that was there to get down there. So I said, get Jonathan down there. And he's the oldest of those three. I guess he got there first, and then the youngest one who supposedly had talked to Money about the car. And that was the other thing when you talk about the money. And I said, well, we're not going to get very much money in the condition Money kept that car. Oh, you can get a lot of money for them cars. Okay, you just told me what this is about. It's about money. So whoever said money, you're right on the head. And it's about money. And I'm thinking, if you get $2,500 for that car in the condition that it looked on the outside, you batting 1,000. But for country folks, that car probably is bomb. Even though it was looking raggedy as hell when Monty got through with it. It was a beautiful car when he first got it. But the first day he put the dent in the back. Then somehow between the time I left and when I got back to go handle the funeral, he put the dent in the front. And probably the dent in the front was on the driver's side because I'm thinking because the brakes didn't work. And girl, bye. So I was like, I'm good. And then what I found out, they didn't even tell me. So I walked in that apartment and I saw the poopy pissy diapers all over the apartment. The boys went in. I thought they saw his body coming out. Do you know not none of them even warned me, hey Shannon, when you go in that apartment, daddy's gonna have, diapers and stuff on the floor. Because even though Monty had butthole personality, which he inherited from his family, I don't wish anybody to die in the manner he did. He was lonely. To die in a condition where you needed help, where you got poopy pissy diapers on the floor because you can't take care of yourself or you're going through a depression. I don't know. But I also would never, to my worst enemy, allow you to walk into that and not be mentally prepared for what you walked into. Because I think it says something about the content of your spirit and your character that you have. There's something on board that has some kind of human compassion. But when I got there and I sent her pictures of what I walked into, she asked me, oh, were you able to get the mail? But I guess since you knew ahead of time what I was walking into, didn't matter. When I told Joe, Joe was hot. He said, what the hell did you just say? They knew. The two boys walked into the apartment because then she's like, well, the youngest brother, he's very, aware, and daddy wasn't taking his medicine. So we think his cancer came back, which is something that was coming from the ratchet cousins. So I think they're chatting with them, or they might be on the same. Right, Wendy. That's the mindset you're dealing with, baby girl. I'm trying to tell you. I sent her pictures of the inside of the apartment as soon as I walk in there. I was trying to be very transparent with everything. Her response was, did you check the mail? But then later I find out, she tells me the brother had gone in. Well, he's very aware of things, and he saw that daddy had a bunch of medicine and he wasn't taking his medicine. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Now I saw the medicine too, but that wasn't my first. That wasn't my first. I got in the door 4 steps, and I looked at everything around me, which was pissy poopy diapers on the floor, adult diapers, and him coming out of his pants right next to the chair he slept in all the time with the pissy poopy diaper inside the pants. That still has stayed in my mind. You're gonna tell me a month or two later that your brother walked in there and looked at the medicine, but none of y'all, the medicine was the focus and not the fact that your dad was so either out of his mind or messed up that he had pissy poopy diapers on the floor. The other thing is, you don't have the common decency to say, hey, Shannon, you're going to walk in there and the boys noticed these things. That tells you there's something going on different with their mind. But that's Monty's people. That's not a normal for them. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, it's that might be their normal. They're weird. Well, see, that's Tiffany, my best friend, made this comment, and she said to her the saddest thing was how he died, and the fact that those 3 kids, and especially the daughter, I think, and God bless her, she wanted, I think, a different type of relationship with him than what she got. All of us did. Every child wants a dad who's a dad. Monty was, she goes, Daddy, like a little girl. It's in its own way sweet but sad. Monty did not have a daddy bone in his body. He did not know how to be a father. He biologically was the catalyst by which God chose to get us on this planet. He had not a daddy bone in his system. And honestly, I don't think he wanted children. He just enjoyed the process of screwing to have kids or screwing without protection, and he didn't want to have kids. So he wanted to screw without protection. And you get people who do that. And unfortunately, this is the thing, but God uses that to get us on this earth for his purpose and his reason. Hey, Jaden, what's up? I'm a hanging, bro. I'm doing good. Um, yeah, Jaden, cool. I haven't seen you in a minute, but he was a catalyst by which we got here, and that's okay. I had to come with grips that this is what God brought me through. And overall, I'm okay with it. This is part of it. Um, it's taken me a while to see that he wasn't a bad person, he was a damaged person. And we're all damaged in our own ways and how we deal with that. I also was able to meet people and then have a full understanding. And I think that once he got saved, he wanted freedom, which is why he ended up leaving the relationship he was in, moving into an efficiency apartment and only taking the clothes he had. That's when somebody's saying, I want to get free. Um, Thank you, Jade. And that, or Jay, thank you, sweetie. That was Jay. Jay, thank you, sweetie. But I think that he wanted to get freedom, so I learned a lot from it, and I did take the time to step back. Somebody said, "Oh, do you need counseling?" I said, "No, it's not that I need counseling. I needed to really step back and analyze. I'm analytical, so I needed to analyze all of this. I needed to analyze dealing with the children and the behaviors I got. So at the funeral, that's when I knew that there was some animosity. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Because she's like, well, my sister said that everybody was asking for you. And people have come up and asked me if I'm you. So they knew my name. I'm 53 and I'm the firstborn child he had. I'm sorry. And I think that was why some of the, because I got a little attitude from the one brother he has had to bail out. That's Jonathan with the temper issue. Because Jonathan had come in limping. And I'm being kind of like, oh, bro, you okay? I'm being not, I don't know how being kind. I'm like, dude, I got a cane. You can use this cane because it was a limp. And she's like, oh, yeah, brother hurt us. And this ninja does this to me. I was like, oh, you have a good day. And I walked away. Because A, you don't know me. Now, yeah, physically, he's younger, he'll probably beat me to death, but you don't know me. I'm one of them ones, I be thinking of stuff bad, y'all. I gotta pray for myself. And I be thinking of stuff really bad. But I'm not in the shape I was in my young days. In my young days, it was a whole nother Shannon. I'm one of the ones that would roll up when you didn't expect me. I'm just saying. It was a whole nother Shannon. Jesus is a fence. Jesus is a miracle worker. Jesus has done some stuff. Because, like, when Joe saw the other Shannon, he was like, where did that come from? Because we had an incident, it's a long time ago, at a restaurant where I almost turned, I did turn it out. I turned out the restaurant because of a couple who almost hit us in the parking lot. And I turned out the restaurant. And Joe was like, where did that come from? And then I said, well, you got to meet Grumpy's family. Now you know. Now you know. Ninjas is crazy. And thank you for Jesus and thank you for saving me because, ooh wee, I'd be sitting right next to my brother in prison, y'all. And I think I could outdo him. I think I could outdo him. Do I do? But Jesus has really, and I mean, I'm 50 some years old. I haven't had any incidents since I was in my early 20s. I did have some issues in my early 20s. Never been arrested. How that didn't happen, I don't know, but it's okay because Jesus is a fence and he has watched over me, even in my foolishness. Let's just say that. And I think a lot of us have some foolishness where Jesus has been a blessing. Good. That's a good point, Wendy. I love it. So, yeah, so I've actually distanced myself. I mean, I haven't blocked her, the Christine. I still get her prayers. They still come directed and may read occasionally, but I'm not posted. I'm not, the interaction there to me is done. I still got to finish out a letter to the brother in prison. I'm sending him, see if I have it. Hold on, is that it? No, that's not it. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Give me a second. I know I had it. Hold on, y'all. Is it here? I think, is it? No, that's not it. Where is it? Y'all. The veteran sent me a certificate for him. It's really nice. What'd I do with it? Hold on, y'all. I got stuff I gotta go through over here and organize. And I might not have. Okay, I'll show it to y'all probably next time. But they sent me a certificate for him, thanking him for his service. And I'm gonna send Norris a copy of that. I don't know if he's able to. I don't know what they'll let him keep in the prison or not. I gotta send him the obituaries. I'm gonna send a color copy, a black and white pop copy. I don't know what all they'll let him keep. I'm gonna get that sent. I already typed half the letter and then I had to stop because I was telling him about the Ratchet family. And I don't know. He might still be part of the Ratchet crew. I don't know, but he's gonna be locked up for a long time. Like even when she went to look for, and I didn't even tell her to go look for his information. She was like, "Oh, that was the other thing." So first they were asking for me. Then when we were talking about Norris, I said, "Well, I got to get in touch with him because this is his last." Well, he was our last living. My ninja, this ain't a competition. Y'all already know the man is dead. He don't know the man is dead. Well, he's our. You are aware he's dead? Norris is sitting in prison and don't know his daddy's dead. This ain't a competition. And that's when I realized I'm like, oh. And then even telling me that people told him that he always talked about them. I had conversations with these people and they didn't even know y'all were around. They were like, what children? What other children? Now, one guy said, he says, I was aware he had other children, but the only two children I knew of, he talked about was you and the one in prison. I didn't know about these other ones. He says, I knew that they were around. I didn't know they were that close. And that was what my best friend said. She said what was more deplorable to her was that the two boys were in Plainview, an hour out. He couldn't even call his sons to have one of them take him to the procedure because his relationship was with them wasn't like that. And that they didn't even come down as frequent because of his age just to check on him. And again, that I'm not faulting them for that. That is on Monty because Grumpy did not build a rapport with his children. And he wasn't a true dad to us. Unless he was bailing Jonathan out for beating somebody up down in Texas, he really, that was the most dad thing he did. Or when I crashed out there, or when Norris crashed. And other than that, there was no other daddy stuff because Monty didn't know how to. And I think that might have been more obligatory and possibly more out of maybe some guilt for the stuff he didn't do to help us. Other than that, Monty was not, that daddy stuff, child, bye. That did not exist. Oh, I think here it is. Just found it. I was kept looking. I'm like, I know I had it over here. I had a little bookshelf over here. So this is what they sent. So I'm going to make a photocopy of it and send it to Norris. But that's thanking him for his service. So when I talked to the VA, they sent me that. And even how they took care of the cremation part, even how to recoup the fees for that. Just madness. There was other stuff. And it's just, I gave them all here you go. This is how you get that. I wasn't trying to be being kind, and basically middle finger to me, I guess, was kind of what they felt. So I'm like, okay, even how I set up the obituary, I had pictures of all of them in there. I wasn't even going to do the funeral if it wasn't for Norris's children. I was going to go down and get my stuff from the apartment, try to pack the apartment up, and be back here in Arizona. There wasn't going to be, if it wasn't for Norris's kids. But I just couldn't believe when I walked down, I was like, wow. But anyway, off that subject, back to them people. So the kids shot the folks. That's what I want to get into. Oh my God. I'm watching this. Jay Nuss is, like I said, it's a new group of humans. it's weird. They're the new group of human is very different. Like I said, I wouldn't have, my worst enemy, I wouldn't have let you walk into an apartment where there's, hey, Kathy, what's up, baby? I wouldn't have let you walk into an apartment where this is y'all biological father. I done been in the apartment. I saw the condition. The first thing I would have done was, let me tell you, even in dealing with certain cousins, when I talked to Christina, I said, I'm going to give you some warnings about this because I'm already trying to set a buffer. And even there's other stuff that took place. I was trying to be a buffer between them and between the madness of the extended family and the kids. I call them the 30 ones. I call them the kids. I was being a buffer. I'm like, oh no, I'll handle this. I'll handle that because I'm 53. I know how to look. It's going to be handled. When I get done, it's going to be handled. And deuces. I put you on phone block, dismiss you, and will tell you exactly I'm good. Like I told one of them, you met me, right? You met me. You talked to me and you physically met me twice. I'm not a hard read. Pretty much, I'm see what you see is what you get. I lay it out. Jack with it, lump it, love it, or leave it. I'm good. Kathy said them cousins again. Girl, I ain't jacking. I was just recapping some stuff that I didn't talk about last time. Anyway, we're gonna get to these people in Michigan. I y'all. So here's my view, and I just want to kind of chime this in. We probably gonna go about an hour and a half. Here's my feeling on some things. Ooh, and the Joel Osteen money. I'm gonna talk about that too. I just watched the video today, had me cracking up. But my view on the whole thing with the Michigan situation, I do believe the parents are guilty, but I don't only think them. I think a lot of these school shootings that we're seeing, I really personally feel that if you haven't been rearing your kids, I think there should be accountability on these parents. A lot of these parents have kids coming out. You don't know who the hell your kids are. You don't interact with them. I don't know if any of y'all ever saw the clip when the COVID virus first started. There was a black lady, and it was a very popular little clip. It's funny, but it's sad at the same time. She was saying, as a black lady, she's in her car. She going to the dispensary to get marijuana, which I don't believe in all that. And she's like, oh, what am I gonna do with these bad little blankety blanks? Talking about her kids. I don't know. You got the schools closed down. I can't. What am I supposed to do with them? My ninja, you had them, and calling them MFs and all sorts of names is probably what's wrong with them. But that is the type of parents that we have. We have parents right now who I want to get the kids in school because I don't want to deal with my little bad buttholes that I'm not raising at home. But yet, if the butthole come back to the house and tell you something about the teacher, you going to go up in there ready to beat up the teacher, cuss out the teacher, but your child's a jerk, and you haven't reared them, and they're crazy. So, same way they reached out to these parents, and they said, hey, something wrong with your son. He up in here drawing these crazy butt pictures. Oh, Kathy, I made vanilla extract with some liquor. I made it, so you might have missed it if you play back, though. I made it with that. No, I'm not drinking it. But you can make your own vanilla extract. So I bought some cheap rum. You can do rum, whiskey, or tequila. Or no, tequila, vodka. And I got some dark bottles. But you can do light bottles. You just got to put them in a dark cabinet. So even though the bottles are dark, I'm going to end up putting them up in a cabinet. And they'll sit there for about a month or so. And then you go back and smell it and see where it's at. And I use Tahitian vanilla. You want to Hey, maybe once I start doing the barbecue sauces or something, I'll offer once it starts fermenting good. I know there was a lady, I guess that's what she does. She makes them and then sells them to people. But this one I'm doing with rum, and I researched how to do it. Oh, look at that one. He's stuck at the top. Let's see. Oh, he's stuck. Are you stuck? Oh, he went down. Or he was stuck across the top. But yeah, you can do them, and it's like a pure vanilla extract. And so I'm gonna put them up in the cabinet, let them ferment. And then it's supposed to draw all the flavor of the vanilla off. I'll probably get some more Tahitian vanilla beans and put some more in each one. This one is not a full bottle, so it's only the bottle. It only went part of the way, so I'm going to probably get some more rum and put in there. Hey, Smooth, what's up, baby? Be safe out there on that road. I saw Smooth trucking. That means he's a driver, so be safe on that road. But yeah, we're going to talk about that too. But no, I do believe that parents need to be accountable. And I hate to say that. Well, I hate to say it, but then I am happy because I'm just amazed right now because I see parenting. It's like I don't like going to Walmart because half the time I want to be punching kids and beating the hell out of them. And then I want to go find a parent and whoop them because the kid shouldn't act like that. Where was I at? I was at somewhere. And I don't go out a lot because remember, I have a lot of underlying health issues. And if I do, I'm normally outside. It was somewhere I went to, and the kid was acting a plumb fool. And they was screaming and stomping. Francis, my crazy mama, she would have pulled you in the bathroom. She'd wear flip-flops and tow that tail up in that toilet and dare you to even sniffle when you get back to the basket. Girl, bye. I wish you would have. Not with that sister. Yeah, you know what? Since I found out they deliver, and I haven't had a delivery from them for a while, but I'm getting ready to do an order, probably this pay period coming up. I can't. Hold on. He said, well, you are an amazing person. I love our conversations. And it's just fun and laughs with you. And I know I missed a few, but I try to thank you. Well, I'm happy you enjoyed it. And I know people think like you funny. Okay, and I gotta share this with you. And I was watching it. Well, I had heard about the story. So I don't know. Some of y'all heard about Joel Osteen and the church, and they found like $600,000 in tithes behind some toilet area. So they had a plumber come in the bathroom, I guess there was supposed to be a theft like 7 years ago, or whatever, and they found $600,000 in tithes. I'm sitting up here going, because that to me is one. I don't have my glasses in here, but it's one of them ones. Something ain't the hell right. I don't have my glasses. I don't think I got any of my glasses in here. It's one of them. Put your glasses on, drop them down off your eyes, like like the grandma do in the church, and look at you and go, something ain't the hell right. All of a sudden, 7 years later, and somebody, you gonna tell me something? First of all, somebody supposedly stole these ties and hid them behind the toilet. Did they die did they die in the bathroom? Because if they stole it, they're going to keep on rolling. 600,000. Something the hell ain't right. That's all I got to say. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the issues are, but everything in me says something the hell ain't right. Something the hell ain't right. Yeah, something the hell ain't right. We're going to pray for them, and hopefully they work that out. And I hope that it wasn't something shady also in conjunction with the ministry, but something the hell ain't right. $600,000 come up missing out of tithes and offering. What also bothered me about that is, how did you know? I want y'all to hear me. How did you know it was exactly $600,000 that came up missing? Normally, when you take the tithes and offering, they go back to a room, you count them, and then you write, yes, that also could be insurance money. You can do an insurance claim. I'm gonna leave that alone. But you count the money, and when they count the money, it normally gets ready to go to a bank. So my question is, how did you know the exact amount? That means it was stolen from the counting room. And when did you discover it from the count? There's just too many there's question marks to me. Because there's a process that most people have, and you have a certain group who handles the funds. Something the hell ain't right. That's all I gotta say. Something the hell ain't right. Now I'm trying to think what else. That was one of the things. That I want to talk about. Oh, the prices. So I don't know how many of y'all. I had to go in. I got my booster shot, and when I went to go get my booster shot, I didn't know the price of meat until recently, and so I have a friend of mine. I'm not an oxtails person. It's not that I hate oxtails, just it wasn't one of my preferred. I ate them when I grew up. My mom made them. Oxtails, neck bone. I grew up on that. That's a black staple. I'm not a huge oxtail person, right? Oxtails, neck bones. I've eaten them. Don't get it twisted. It's just not one of my top favorite foods. I don't know why. I think it's because it's oily. It's very greasy to me, and I don't like greasy meats. I don't like pepperoni pizza. I prefer veg. I want my pizza. Even though I'm fat, y'all, I want vegetables on my pizza. I don't want no. You don't have to put no veggies on there for me. I'm good. I don't want no veggies. So I don't like pepperoni pizza. I don't like none of that. No. So my friend, she's into oxtails, and she told me she paid $80 for oxtails for her and her boys. What the hell you say? I said, and I didn't know. She's like, yeah, Shannon, the cost of beef. What you mean? Because I hadn't been buying no beef. Because like I said, I got tons of turkey still in my freezer. I said, what the hell you mean? You paid $80 for some oxtails? She paid $80 for packet. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can find. Hold on. I ain't got a lie on the sister. Hold on. Where Bridget at? Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all because she took pictures. Because I couldn't pick my teeth up. Hold on, let me see if I got the pictures. Let's see if I got the pictures. Ooh, and I am gonna have to make for y'all. I made my own shrimp and grits. It was on hit. It was bomb, 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 bomb. And I figured out I've been playing with different recipes of it, and I've only had it a couple restaurants. It was bomb. Hold on, y'all. Here it is. Come on here. Are you kidding me? This thing. Okay, there we go. All right. This package is 2.44 pounds, $8.99 a pound for oxtails. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Let me see if y'all can see that. Y'all see that? I know it might look like blurry. Let me see if I pull it back. You see $21.94. I know you can see that. That is 2.44 pounds oxtails. She paid $21. So me and Joe talking about this because Joe Latino families like oxtails too, and he told me they make them as a stew. We grew up baking them, and so I found it interesting how the different minority cultures cook. And this is a cheap piece of meat. That's not an expensive meat. I said, so Joe said, Shannon, no way. I'm gonna go to the Latino grocery stores. We have a couple of Latino grocery stores and see if it's cheaper. Child buy same price per pound. So meat is going up big time. I went and I was there to do my booster shot for Pfizer. And when I went in there and I was just looking through, I was like, and I knew they had London broil on sale for like $2.77 a pound. Well, they also had steaks, and I went to look at T-bone, and I think I mentioned this one last. That T-bones were $60 a package. I, and then even vegetables. So I done started my little garden here. I got tomorrow. I'm gonna probably go out there and plant some more seeds. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Depends on when if it rains. But I planted right now. I got spinach, lettuce, collards, carrots. I started those. My watermelon radishes I just put in there, and then I had a ginger thing that was growing, so I put it in there hoping it takes root. Um, Tomorrow I'm gonna probably plant. I'll try if the weather's not bad, I'll go out there and plant about 3 or 4 more. I try to do like three either every week or every other week because I kind of want to stifle because you don't want a bunch of food growing and then you have food go to waste. So I want to stifle some of it. Um, but I'm hoping that some of it takes off. But yeah, man, I'm like, this is crazy as hell. Um, and I do believe prices are going up. And the reason I mentioned the trucking, a lot of people aren't realizing they're trying to blame your truckers for everything. Oh, yeah. And I do believe you got a shortage in every industry. It's like the company I'm with right now, they want everybody to come back in the office. I've sent a message to the guy and the company's not bad. It's actually, I like aspects of the job. Um, I sent a guy and told him, I said, look, I got some underlying health issues. You guys, they want to get back here and act like everything's normal. Everything ain't normal. you trying to act like things is normal. We still got a pandemic. Folks trying to be like, oh, everything's normal. No, you listen to the news. We still got a ton of people, and I know people that work in hospitals are ICU nurses. We got a shiznit load of people in there dying, and we got breakthrough infections. Now, while you may survive from the breakthrough infections, the the damage that COVID does to your system is a whole nother beast, and it may be long term side effects. And then if you're like me, even with the vaccine that helps you fight. Oh, that okay. I love okay. Try Jesus, don't try me. I love that brother. He funny as a mug. He did, child. That's the song right there for you. If y'all don't know that, look that up. Try Jesus, don't try me. It's funny, but it's facts. And that's funny. Emily, welcome. I don't know who Vark Tech is. Hello, welcome to the channel. Kathy, you said every ox will keep his tail if I have to pay $80. She bought 4 packages. She has 2 teenage boys. and it's her. She's a single mom, and so it's what they asked mom to make. Mom did it. Her kids are good. I actually like her kids. I ain't gonna say no kid is perfect. They are good. Um, but good in the sense that they mannerable. Because there's some kids, even the issues I have with Christine, the kids were very good. Her kids and Jonathan Mackenzie's kids were very well behaved. My new niece that I met, Norris's daughter, I love her, and her kids were very well mannered. Joe was even impressed. He's like, wow, the kids were so well behaved. Yeah, because black families in the day, you get snatched up, and anybody can take you and tear that tail up. Yeah, but she bought 4 packages at $20 a package. That's $80, and she baked them. And I was like, but an oxtail ain't that's not a major meat. Hold on, I'll make y'all laugh. And I sent this to her. Y'all gonna giggle, and it's kind of funny. Hold on, 'cause I forgot how I got this. Somebody sent it to me, but I sent it to her. Hold on. Make brisket $1.79 a pound again. Woo! I thought that was funny. All right, Kathy, I made some homemade vanilla. You can see how I did that. But yeah, I'm gonna do and that's what I was gonna say. Thank you, because somebody we had actually some I had donations to the Cash App through the Facebook and here. I don't mention things on who gave what, but I say thank you. Y'all all know who you are, and the reason I do that way is the Bible says what people do in secret, God rewards and blesses it in His own way, and that's why I leave it there. So thank you. And I was saying that anything that comes in, I give 10% back to Phoenix Rescue Mission, and what that is. I have a letter from them here. Hold on, y'all. I thought I had one of the newsletters sitting down I was going to read. Anyway, what they do is they help people. It could be people coming out of prison. It could be people just getting back on their feet. The recent one was, I think it was a black lady. Next time I come on, I'll have it with me. And sometimes I'll read it on my Christian channel, what they've sent me on what they're doing. But the last time it was a black lady. I don't know what I did with that one. I think I read it. And she just getting on her feet. And then sometimes people coming out of prison. Some people who were on drugs, they help them. Some of the people who actually end up working in the program who are recovering from whatever. But they help people in usually financial stuff. Joe, when his mom and his sister died, when I told him about it, he ended up taking, and he says, oh my God, Shannon, thank you for telling me about them. They were so nice. He donated clothing and stuff, and I know they help. But anyway, this is the group that I do, Phoenix Rescue Mission. So, yeah. But that's who I do. Anybody want to try to run up here over where I live? I got you. Come if you want to. Don't. I love the Lord, but I do have a friend in this house. And while I'm not a proponent for children having a protection of guns, I do have what I need in this house to protect myself. So run up at that address if you so choose. That's why I don't even care. But yeah, so I turn around, but yeah, I've been just what we're gonna do, and any extra I get, I gotta get a tripod, and the tripod I had ordered one from Amazon, ordered the cheapest one they had, and it was Amazon version. Child, this is what it's doing. My phone will do this. It was so loose, so I was like, it's got to go back. So I found one. I think they had a very good rating. I'm holding. Once I get the money built, I'm gonna order that and have that and I'll start showing y'all how I'm doing. I'll do the shrimp and grits. I'm not going to show you all my things for the barbecue sauce, but you'll see me put the barbecue sauce together. Because my main thing is if I make the base, the rest of it is just a standard Texas barbecue sauce. It's my base that takes it to a whole nother level. So I'll make the base and then I'll make the barbecue sauce. And y'all watch me make the regular barbecue sauce. But it's when I put the base in. And my friend Linda said, I don't know why that damn barbecue sauce is so good. and I do I usually do it spicy, but I'm gonna have 3 different versions. So we'll be working on that. The grill is put together. I'm doing a video to show you guys. I couldn't really film it like step by step, but I filmed what I completed every night. But it's completely put together. It's outside in the back. What I think I'm gonna have to do is next to the door, there's a dirt area that I was gonna use for gardening, but I'm not, and it grows a lot of flowers. And it, whoever had it, I think they went out there and just sprinkled some flowers, so it grows. And it's flowers. They're actually flowers. I don't know what they're called. I've seen them at Home Depot, and they get high, and I think they're purple. Is it purple? I think they're purple. And they open up in the like in the morning, and then later on they fall off at the end of the day, and then there's new blooms almost every day. I had to have them cut it down because it's almost like weeds. It's so invasive. And so I had him cut it down. But what I think I'm going to have him do, I'm going to have Linda's gardener come out and I'm going to have him fill that with sand, the sandbags, and then get pavers. And the grill is going to go right against that wall because the way my patio is, it's surrounded by a wood fence, but the wall is block. And I could put that grill there, and I think it'll be okay against a block wall. I'm not too worried about it. And the roof is high enough. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get some sheet metal, and I'll get them to come and we'll drill some holes in there, and then put that sheet metal above so that sparks shouldn't fly that high from where this grill is at. But just in case, I'll have that above, and then I have a water hose right there, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'll get a fire extinguisher, but my water hose is right next to the door, so everything's kind of right on one side of the door. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Um, but other than that, I've been really chilling and just like I said, storing what I need to store. Let me put that back up here. Storing what I need to store and just making sure I have everything in order. And that's one thing I've been telling everybody. Right now, there's so much up in the air. And for those of y'all who are Christian on this channel, I think we all are at that thing where we really believe Jesus is coming back. We're believing that we're looking for that rapture to happen. And I tell people be casket ready or trumpet ready. And I'm doing both right now. Because like I said, I've been having some weird dreams. On a personal level, I was like, okay, Lord, I don't know what this is, but okay, let me just make sure everything's in order. But make sure everything is in order. And then also, like I had a dream about a garden and my grandma. Like I said, I don't dream about my grandma. And as far as I don't know if that meant grow food or your time is up, I don't know. And I don't have many dreams. I've only had 2 dreams with her in it. One right before Monty died, and she was in a black dress, which I knew was going to be about a funeral, and I didn't know if it was me or him. And then this other recent dream. So, and it had to do with I went to see her, and it was I hadn't had a dream about that house in forever. And I used to go there as a little girl all the time. And I asked her, and she asked me about my garden, and something about like what I had grown. And I was like, okay, Lord, is this about a warning about food again? Because I really hadn't been putting focus on the garden. And then when I saw them prices and went to the grocery store, I'm like, you might want to get your garden up because prices are through the roof, even for vegetables. And then all the time you finding out vegetables, listeria, and all this other stuff they got going on. And I think that the food issue is going to get worse. I had not been in a store where I had seen empty shelves until like the store that's near me. I went in there, and when I went to do the vaccine, everything seemed to be okay. I didn't walk the full store, but what I did see, everything seemed to be okay. This go round, I went in. What did I go in there for? I went in for something. Oh, I had to go. I'm trying to get financial stuff cleaned up, and so I had to send off some paperwork, and I needed to go get some stuff notarized. And so when I had to go over, take Lyft over, and I went and where did I go first? I went to one. Where did I go first? I went somewhere first. I went and had lunch, and then I came back, and I was gonna go get the paperwork done at this particular printing shop, which is on the side of the grocery store. And like I said, I don't normally grocery shop. Well, since I had to walk around the corner and go, oh shoot, I'm scratching myself, and go to the grocery store, I didn't. I said, well, let me go in and look because they had canned Progresso soup on sale. So I said, well, let me go in here and grab it. It was 99 cents a can, which is cheap for Progresso because you get a good healthy can of Progresso. And I added to my preps. So I was like, well, you can buy these many, go on in there and get you some Progresso, grab it, and then bounce. You might have to get a few little veggies I didn't get with my Instacart. Had my mask on, went inside. That's the first time I started seeing. I went into the can section, and I mean huge rows of whatever was going on. It was all gone. and it was huge. I was like, what the? That's the first time I saw that, because I'm hearing across the country where people are saying they're seeing gaps. I hadn't seen it, not here. And again, because I haven't really been grocery shopping, I also knew that Costco was running low on toilet paper. Now they've gotten it back in, and on my last orders with Instacart, I've been getting it whenever I order it. So my goal has been every order that I order from Instacart from Costco, get toilet paper. I get toilet paper. So that's what I've been doing. Right now, I think I got about a 5 or 6 month supply. I want to get my supply of toilet paper up to a year. I want my food supply up to a year. I really think, and I'm looking at this when you see me looking over here, this is part of my preps, and then I have two more shelves. I have one in the bath and one on the. I really think that I am there. I think I'm there. So I do think I'm there. But yeah, yeah. Let me read what y'all wrote. But yeah, make sure y'all stock up. Get canned goods in your house. Water, like my water, I'm building up. I had up to 16 cases. The bottle started getting soggy, so I started drinking through it. But I'm restacking, and right now where I'm at 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm at 10 cases, and I had gotten them up to 16. My goal is to get 32 in the house, to have a 32 supply. And like I went to go get for my CPAP, I need distilled water. All the distilled water. There was not a one bottle of distilled water in that store. No brand, not the local store brand, not even Arrowhead. All the distilled water was gone. They did have purified water, and that's actually what I've had to use. I had to use my purified water for my CPAP. I'm supposed to use distilled water, but I've had to. You got to do what you got to do. I'm going back to see your notes. Let me see what y'all notes are saying. Give me a second here. So me and Wendy, we were talking. Jay, you came in. I spoke with Jay. I spoke with Mad. Some of y'all now have a wrench too. I've given some of y'all wrenches. I said A to Tiffany. And Tiffany said he was honest about Monty and me, Grumpy and I, we had a very, that's like the daughter. I think she wanted to be like the favorite child. Because she said, oh yeah, that one of the real, all he talked about was his this and his that and his. I'm like, that brother didn't even know who you were. But I left it alone. Because again, that's if that's what you need to feel good, then I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do, baby. You know, if you wanna live in there, and that helps you with coping with who he was, then okay. Um so yeah, me and him, he was very honest. But there's things she didn't even know. They lived an hour away from him. She didn't know his union. Uh a lot of stuff she didn't know. I was like, okay. But see, and that's why I don't have animosity with me, because that has nothing to do with me. That has to do with the person who's dead. He's the one that didn't introduce you. He's the one that didn't talk about you. He's the one that didn't build those relationships. That's on him. Right. I don't have him trying to think anything else I was thinking about today. And that's pretty much, but y'all keep me in prayer. Like I said, the stomach stuff, y'all keep me in prayer. I'm going next week. Let's pray that whatever it is minor. Um, my stomach's been doing this weird growling, and then in the lower right hand corner, it's like a little, it's like a, not a, it's like an ache, not a heavy pain, but like an ache. And I could even have eaten, so I've been like trying to not eat meat, soup, light stuff. I even did milk of magnesia because at first I thought, was it gas? Because I was a little bit, what's that? I was a little constipated. And so I did a milk of magnesia. It's opened me up, but it still does the little talking. So I'm going in. They soonest they could get me in was Friday. So I go in Friday next week. Not this Friday, next Friday. So just praying everything is copacetic till then. And even then, that is just something minor. And I'm due for my colonoscopy. Well, I'm overdue. And that's about it, y'all. So if y'all get any topics, let me know. And please, it does help the channel. Like, thumbs up. I don't get a lot of money off this. Like Maybe every quarter to 6 months, I might make $100. It's not a lot. It's not a lot because I don't have the big subscribership, and that's okay. I've come to I want to reach who I want to. I want to reach who God has for me to reach, and I want to talk to people who are on the same level. I'm not a sensationalized person. I'm not all into that. It's like the company I work for. They trying to change the conversations into more salesy conversations. I'm like, ain't I supposed to be processing loans and purchases of this stuff? It has nothing to do with selling because we don't have to sell. But y'all trying to have me sell, while we're passionate about the company. Amazon don't have to sell itself. Its idea is genius. The company I work for, the way they've got it set up, it's a genius idea. If you just stay focused on that and let people come, people are get word of mouth, then guess what? You ain't gotta sell that. You ain't gotta sell that company, and you can just have genuine conversations. Because when I call Amazon, I want to be on those sales conversation with them. I want to call you and say, "Hey, this is my question, this is my problem, and I want you to solve it, and I want to be cordial and educate me and get off the phone." I don't. I only go. Amazon's the best and it's wonderful and I don't need to get you. I don't want no long behind conversations. I don't. I want you, and that's I don't know. Walmart, same thing. Walmart don't even bother you. You go up in there, they don't care because they know you there. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay money because everything's right there. As much as you can't stay at Walmart. Hell, you order it online. You pay $10 fee. Why? Because everything's right there, and you can get what you usually want. So that's it. Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all are blessed. We had 90 minutes, an hour and a half. I'll probably do one of these every couple of weeks. Y'all let me know if this works for you or if y'all want me to move it back to Sundays. I'm only off on Sundays and Wednesdays. Thursdays. Be praying for me because I'm really wanting to stay work from home. And if once I find out what's going on with the stomach and health stuff, then I can either make a decision on looking for a work from home gig or hoping that the company I'm with just lets me stay work from home. I prefer staying work from home. So anyway, y'all, be blessed. Peace.